A donor did give a $5,000 donation to the Alliance to cover the cost of those crimes. 12 felonies for a man from Republic, Missouri after a fatal DWI crash back in January. 66-year-old Stephen Allen Jordan facing second-degree murder and other charges after he was traveling the wrong way on James River Freeway in Springfield and struck an SUV head-on, which killed 3 people from Texas. And severe to extreme drought does continue to expand across the Missouri Ozarks and southeast Kansas. The hardest hit areas around the Highway 54 corridor, but the National Weather Service says relief is on the way. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
A chance for scattered thunderstorms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. Showers and storms likely tonight with lows in the mid-60s. For Saturday, more rain, more storms, low 80s. On Sunday, the rain continues with highs in the mid-80s, but sunshine on Monday, highs in the low 90s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's just showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
66 in Monette, 67 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Michael from Fairview.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Michael. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com and go to the Morning KIX page to click on the button to find out how to upload your audio.
Or if it's easier, you can always just give us a call and we can record them at 623-1025.
We're getting you signed up right now to win tickets to go see Jeff Foxworthy tonight in concert with special guest Yakov Smirnoff at the Black Oak Amphitheater.
If you want to get entered to win those, all you've got to do is text the word tickets to 623-1025.
Here's Justin Moore and Priscilla Block
On the 4 states number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Good morning.
Had everybody. Can we share her video? Or restream it or whatever you do on our page?
Yes.
She tagged us all over it.
We said hi and there's nobody watching.
Oh, well, it is Friday.
It is Friday.
How sad.
Let me see. I think I can. Yes. No. Download. Okay, I can download it. And I think.
Give her anything for it, will it?
I can repost.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with downloading it. Everything feels like. Especially since you're going to do your own.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought there was some way they had of like boosting share of restreaming or like retweet does.
Yep.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was trying to get the phones to come up. Stupid thing.
I'll need to ask her if she's got it turned off. We can copy the link.
A couple of these are questionable. That's why I was looking at it. That's what I thought. So we've got it 2 different times. And there's Jen.
Good morning, Megan. We were just talking about your TikTok.
A bunch of these are in here twice. Okay, let's just go ahead and get rid of those. So how am I supposed to be able to tell which one's which. Okay. I'll have to do them individually. That's the right one. This is the wrong one. Goodbye. Okay, so 2 is the right one right now. Let's go over here and find this. It's that day!
It's that one! Yay!
Yep, it is that day. We're very happy for an undisclosed reason. Thank you, Susan. You may leave now.
Oh, no.
She's shining my shoes. Why do you got to make it dirty? Gosh, Jen.
Tanner texted us and said, I appreciate y'all. Listening to you all makes my days go so much quicker.
We're sorry. We must be suffering through some sort of torture. I was like, what are you doing? I can hear
I was going to see if I could get you to fall for it again. It worked yesterday.
Briefly. You trickster. So, is there anyone here yet?
Megan.
Oh, Megan's here.
It's the Megan Show.
Welcome, Megan.
All right, now we have 10 seconds.
I mean, that is it. Megan is it today.
And Jimmy.
And Jimmy. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 708.
A chance for scattered storms this afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s at 68 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 11 minutes. Plus, we're getting you signed up to win tickets to go see Jeff Foxworthy and Yakov Smirnoff tonight at the Black Oak Amp.
To get entered to win, all you've got to do is text the word tickets to 623-1025.
And we're going to be finding out the winner at 7:50. So you've got a little while longer to get signed up for that. And it may take you a little while longer to get signed up for that because we realize if you're suffering from the symptoms of adulthood, there's a lot of symptoms, including taking longer to do things.
Is that a symptom?
Possibly, Jen. Is the menthol cigarettes catching up with you?
Randy!
But if you find yourself hurting just from getting up off the couch, you may be suffering from something called adulthood.
We'll talk more about that in just 15 minutes.
Here's Billy Currington.
Must be doing something, right?
I think it's supposed to say wrong, but Billy was confused that day.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
No, don't do that. But yeah, it'll let me link like that.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
That's fine with me. Unless you might be better to wait until after you do yours. I don't know.
Okay.
I want to see. Make sure that Mim J did his name.
Jelly. I was showing my kids pictures in video that we took yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were like, you already showed us this video. Nope, this is a different area.
Oh.
Mom, we already saw the river. No.
No,
Okay.
different
Different part of
Different
it.
part of it, the river. Can we go outside now? Something
Pretty much. They were excited about the turtles. They thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. Bravo,
Morning,
Megan.
Lisa. So
Morning,
there's
Lisa.
3 of y'all now. Man, everybody's taking the day off on
Yeah.
Friday.
I'm glad you came, Megan.
So what you guys really miss, and I kind of even wish they'd had the video camera rolling. So Jen was having trouble walking on dirt on the ground.
It was steep, and I didn't want to fall.
So I got out there in front of her to protect and make sure nothing's going to happen. And I'm like, turn your foot sideways. And if you slide like this, and I demonstrated, and then immediately I went down. And I mean, I went down. I went down on my side, and gravity began to take over. And I'm like realizing, oh, there's nothing to stop me here. And I began to roll. And as I did, I went up against a tree, and it stopped me.
So the tree stopped you.
Yeah,
How's
but
your hand?
I
Yeah.
damaged my palm of my hand. Not bad. Just a little scrape. I had another little scrape somewhere else. I can't remember where. So, yeah, bless that tree. If the tree hadn't have been there, it would have been a lot more interesting because I was moving. I was already going.
You know those videos where someone hits a tree and they go floink?
It didn't
That's
hurt.
what Randy did.
And I just barely hit it. When I hit it, it was just like any more would have been very painful. But yeah, I'm not hurting anywhere, not sore
Your back's
anywhere or
good?
anything. It wasn't a hard fall, but it looked so clumsy. And we saw a deer.
That was so cool. We were like, 10 feet away maybe?
Yeah.
We were so close.
We're walking along, and I was like, stop, stop, stop. And we've been charging through this particular part of the woods like a herd of elephants. And we just stop, and we look over, and there's a doe sitting like not 10 feet away from us going, hello, I'm naked here.
And what's funny is she hopped away and went and just hid behind a tree like
Yeah, it was
few
kind
feet
of in
back.
slow-mo because she starts moving slowly, and then she's like, all right, I'm out of here, bye.
and then you walk a few more feet and you're like, wait, you're just behind the tree.
Yeah, nobody got the fall on video, Jimmy.
It was in slow-mo. I don't know. Looking through the video, I have a lot of video of Randy explaining things. And I wish I would have gotten more video of me reacting to things.
Yeah, we didn't get too much of that. We just got shots of scenery, shots of scenery, shots of scenery, I feel like.
Yeah, it's going to be real pretty.
Yeah.
The
we'll
video
try
will
to do
be.
better on the others.
Yeah.
It's kind of video you can stick some music behind, I guess. We've got an intro and an outro, and that's going to be about it.
Yeah. What's real funny is looking at my face in the intro and then looking at it in the outro. 'Cause in the outro, I was like,
we didn't even do halfway.
my shirt was soaked.
So next time we go out, which it was a cool day yesterday, next time it's going to be really hot,
Yeah.
and we got to go the whole way, and it'll be uphill through a lot of it,
And I need to bring water. I think that was one of my biggest mistakes is I didn't bring
and a fan,
water. Or anything.
and some ice cubes.
Yeah, that too. I have one of those little fans that just sits around your neck.
Okay, that's
Bring
weird.
that one. It's not weird.
It
It's
is weird.
nice.
You may want to bring that.
Yes.
Remember, anything you bring, you got to carry.
Mm-hmm. That was the other thing, too, is I had my little backpack on that whole time. And so that whole spot right underneath it was just like wet.
Nice. Wet spots on Jen's back.
Mm.
Delicious.
Delicious. Hey, okay, just a reminder, guys. When you're texting to get entered to win these tickets, all you have to do is text the word tickets.
It's a difficult concept.
You don't
I
need to
get
text
it.
us your name. We don't need emojis. We don't need, I'm registering for tickets, just the word
Pictures,
tickets.
drawings, explanations. None of that's necessary.
That's all you got to do. Ooh, what you saying, Megan? Oh, more video stuff.
What is it?
She's sending more of the video she took. Oh, sec.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
I'm suffering from adulthood this morning.
We'll make sure the symptoms associated with adulthood right after Chris Jansen.
On KIX.
What? There's a scary new condition that millions of Americans are struggling with. You too may be suffering from adulthood.
Dun, dun, dun. I wish we had that sound effect. Dun, dun, dun.
We do somewhere.
Oh.
I thought it used to be on a hotkey. It's under sound effects. It wouldn't be under that. One of those. Oh, wait.
Bop.
Yep, I'll try. That's not it. There's a... Was that under Stinger?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
That
So I apparently... That's the one we overwrote. It was dun 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 dun. What's the bugle? Okay, yeah. And the heart bliss is...
Yeah. So that's probably the closest one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it still, the one that accidentally got overwritten on Stinger somewhere. I'll have to put it back in there.
Okay, well, none of those were great.
I think that's a different number.
Phone is ringing.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Good morning, Dustin. How are you? You want to hear some Garth today?
Again.
Garth again. All right. We will see what we can do for you, all right?
Thanks, ma'am.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Morning, Kathy.
I can fix it.
Tanyard Creek and Warring River. Yeah, she was telling me about Tanyard Creek yesterday. Here we go. 5 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 68 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast, tell you what it's going to be like over the weekend. It's supposed to rain quite a bit, or at least the chance of rain is going to be there.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a chance this afternoon, but then tonight we've got an 80% chance of rain and storms, and that's going to carry on through Sunday.
And we'll tell you all about that in about 6 minutes. Isn't it sad? I mean, here we are heading into the weekend, and what are we worried about the weather?
I think it's just a sign of our age. We're getting older. We're more concerned about these things.
Possibly. There are millions of Americans suffering from this as to yet unknown condition that you may or may not have heard of, but it could be affecting you.
Do you feel exhausted and run down all the time? Do you have trouble sleeping and even more trouble waking up?
Yes.
Are you unable to motivate yourself to perform even the simplest of tasks? Do you often catch yourself thinking about death and your own mortality? Do you feel constantly overwhelmed by all your responsibilities and obligations? Do you eat out of pure boredom because the things you once loved no longer excite you? Are you tired at the end of the day even though all you did was sit at a desk for 7 hours straight? Do you have to use the candle on the table at restaurants because it's always too dark to read the menu? Does your ankle just hurt sometimes for no reason whatsoever? Does your idea of a fun night consist of playing German board games and going to bed at 10? Do you avoid looking at the news because you know it'll make you sad? Do you get angry just knowing that there are teenagers on Vine who have made more money in the past 2 years than you will in your entire life?
Stupid.
Do you enjoy drinking a beer right after getting home from work just a little too much? If you answered yes to even one of those questions, chances are you might have adulthood, a serious condition that affects 7 billion people 18 and older worldwide.
And
And there's no cure!
I forgot to cut out the bleep.
Cut that part.
That's all right.
Good morning, Diggs. Diggs watching over on Twitch. How you doing?
Diggs what?
Diggs, by the way.
Diggs dirt? Diggs Dugs?
Dig Dug. It's 2 G's. So I don't know if it's digging or if it's Diggs as in
Dig
like
Dug.
Tay Diggs. Is Dig Dug with 2 G's?
Mhm.
I thought it was with one.
I'm
I guess.
sure it is.
I mean, there's a G in Dig and a G in Doug, so maybe that's the 2 G's.
You ever play Dig Dug?
Yeah. Dig Dug was fun.
When it was the thing. Make a post for World Chocolate Day. Apparently that's a thing today that Facebook's trying to make real and nobody is participating in.
Okay, well, that is a day that I could get behind. World
what they're thinking.
Chocolate Day.
Oh, this is a day Jen could get behind. Let's do this. Everybody's like, no, it's stupid.
Would you guys get behind World Chocolate Day?
I get in front of World Chocolate Day.
Why do you have to be in front of it?
Behind it,
Why
you
can't
don't
you
know what
support
it's
it?
doing back there, and you need to know what it's doing.
But if you're in front of it, then you won't
You've
know
got
what it's
chocolate
doing.
behind you. There could be other things,
But
issues that
you're getting behind chocolate, so you can watch it.
that's getting in front of. If
No.
you get in front of, then I guess it's we've got the digestive issue.
If you get in front of it, then you can't see what it's doing because it's behind
Or
you.
it could have already done it behind you.
I need the whiteboard.
You need the wipe board. Is what
Jimmy says, I eat chocolate. Me too.
and I don't care. Give me chocolate. I don't care.
Depends on the chocolate, though. Yeah, not all chocolate is made equal. That is true. There was a chocolate. Where? Oh my gosh, what was that? I'll have to message you, Megan. I think you would like it. Oh, don't be like that.
Okay, weekend watch list is scheduled.
Man, my hair looked real cute there.
Does it?
Yeah.
Talking the
The little.
sloth picture.
No. The what picture? The clip from Country Dirt. Okay, Instagram, you're gonna be. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Today is the 7th.
This is that thing we run into. Let me see.
What's the matter?
Where it shows a date. They're not showing a date on it, I don't guess. Okay, that's good.
Yes. Go away. That's not what I wanted. Oh, well, now I can't find it, Megan. What the heck?
Choose from the most used tags.
Scooby? Doobie? Scooby Dooby Doo? Was I close? Man.
List. What to watch. Taggity tag, tag, tag.
Taggity tag, tag, tag.
Oh, crap. What just happened? It just disappeared.
What?
What the heck?
Good morning, Carol.
And there it is again.
What's it doing?
Weird, weird things. Add to collection. I did it backwards, kind of. Change cover.
Mm-hmm.
Choose image. And that is under, for some reason, my brain doesn't seem to be working today. I can't think. Is that under website?
Hey, brain.
Where is that? There it is. Found it.
My foot's asleep.
That's not where I thought it would have been, but there it was. I'm surprised we didn't get KIX yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I was looking. I didn't see any on me.
Based on their prolificity this year. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
Change cover, replace, download, delete. Okay. All we need to do is share, change it to public, and copy this.
Was Bella zonked yesterday afternoon?
Oh yeah. Came home. I went to work. She sits in one of my studio chairs behind me when we go to work. I said, let's go to work. And she knows that means go to the studio. When I say time to get to work,
Yeah.
go to work. She went in there and just unconscious within a few minutes.
She was a trooper.
Okay, so what is on?
Oh, it's not sending pictures?
What is on the weekend watch list this week? Oh, I've got it right there. Including
What is it? What is it? What is
season
it?
2 of The Lincoln Lawyer
Okay.
and The Outlaws on Netflix. That looks like it might be good.
Is it a new season of The Outlaws or is it a brand new show?
Brand new show.
No text for Megan either.
3, 4, 5. Okay. Set featured image. So many steps to do this. Just insane how much you have to do just to put a post up.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook image.
It still blows my mind that you can't just put a featured image there and it doesn't cover all images.
I know. It's so
It doesn't make
inane.
sense.
It's so inane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I believe this is all ready to go. The weekend watch list is now up on the website and will be up on
Yay.
Facebook and Twitter later this afternoon.
Fabulous.
So now I think what we have to do, I think we have to do, is
Have
go
to?
Where is KIX Country Dirt? Don't you put Country Dirt up? Oh, it's not just under Country Dirt. Okay. I think we now have to pull up Jen's most recent edition of Country Dirt and read the captions. All right, you ready? Hey, it's Jeff Fox with your KIX Country Dirt. If you've ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes, the Megan Orleans tour is good for, and Hardy have the inside scoop. On Kim is good. It's real, too. I mean, everybody. Especially once we get on the road. Morgan has a kid, Bailey's Bailey, and I, but we all kind of we. We do our own thing once we're in town, but once we get on the road, there's always something going on like C. But I want to go throw baseball in the parking lot. Or Aren't is usually like anybody who wants to go smoke weed in the parking lot. But now we're always chat and we always talk and trying to find something to do, and there's real camaraderie there. There's been a lot of buzz about this upcoming Cody Johnson and Carrie Underwood Do It But that's not the only Cody Johnson collab to get excited about. Sounds like he has another one in the works with Jelly Roll. Julie's one of my favorite people to hang out with, you guys.
Julie!
Look at me and realize this. But, like, I have a pretty jaded past as well. I've always said, like, there was a time in my life when I had to make a decision, and that decision was either to chase the stream or professionally with a good mindset. There's a few mistakes that I've made in my life. There's a few decisions that I've made in my life. Where I could have wound up here or very well could have wound up in jail and used to work at the prison system in Texas. So I have a very thick background while incarceration, Jelly. Dead time, we've talked about that. You know, we struggle with a lot of same pressures. Have we put so much pressure on ourselves to be the best husband, you know, for me to try to be the best father?
What?
For our guys trying to be the best leader, to be the best performer, to have it turned out when I walk in here with you guys. KIX 102.5. Oh, yeah, it's Friday.
Randy.
It's time to get naked in your bed.
No, it's not. It's time to get up and ready for work.
Here's Jason Aldean with complete instructions on how it works.
It's KIX 102.5.
Naked in your bed. Woo! Watch your finger. You slipped your finger. Okay, let's continue. It's almost like a blessing and curse because we put so much on ourselves, and I relate to him and he relates to me. Cover Tracy Chapman. Fast, hire Math a pet. But it's also one of the songs that motivated him to pick up that face in the first place.
That face?
Ever since I can play guitar, it was one of the first songs I wanted to been huge. She's always been around right in my life, like musically. For whatever reason, like it just never, like I never forgot it. He never came out with such a beautiful song. I think it's such a well-known song, and I had you. Been doing covers of it in my college years for a long, long time for Cake for 95. I'm Jen, bought 2 metric ore. And those are awesome.
They never make any sense.
Never.
I cannot believe how wrong they get it.
Caption fail. Bless deaf people's heart because they're going, what's wrong with everyone? Is this what they're saying on TV?
And what was funny, too, is when we started uploading these to Muse, I was told, yeah, that the way that it captions everything for you, it's really great. So if you wanted, you could just take that verbatim off of Muse and put it on the website. And I was like, no.
It's almost as bad as YouTube. YouTube is this bad, too.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
What was the video we watched where they did it straight and then they read it from the captions and then they just kept going off of captions?
I think it's called Recaption, and it's a group where they take and they make a video acting out a particular scene that makes total sense, and then they have YouTube caption it when they upload it, and then they take and recreate the scene using the captions as their script. It's hilarious.
It's awesome.
YouTube is so awful at it. But yeah, Muse is pretty bad too. Oh my gosh, I have got to go to the bathroom.
This will be our last push for these tickets, and then I'll close it down.
Push hard.
Don't push hard. You have to pee.
Better not push
that
hard.
Won't end well for you.
Oh, it'll end.
There's a bucket thing over there if you need it. Just move everything into one other bucket.
Coffee can.
Okay, it's coffee can.
Bucket,
same thing.
Not enough. There's not enough space in there.
Oh, Randy.
So we now have a launch date for the weather app. Been pushed back a week because of Apple, of course, which we knew would happen. So the 17th is what we're looking at for the app launch.
Cool.
And it's going to be a pretty big deal because all of the weather integration for the entire group will move into this weather app. You're going to want it because it will be the only source of instant live radar in the state of Missouri that is publicly accessible. So it's faster than what you can get off WeatherBug, even the weather service. It's faster than that. So usually what you get is a 15-minute old picture or 5 to 10-minute, I think they're up to now. This is instant. I mean, you're seeing what's happening with the weather as it happens. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 68 in Joplin.
7:34, and we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 26 minutes.
If you want to see Jeff Foxworthy tonight at the Black Oak Amp, you need to text the word tickets to 623-1025 right now.
Because we're going to be finding out the winner at 7:50, and in the next hour,
we're going to be talking about the craziest or weirdest thing you've ever found in your couch.
So, what's the weirdest thing you ever found in your couch cushions? At my house, we call that getting lucky.
That's what
Find
you call
something.
getting lucky there?
Yeah.
You can call or text us to let us know, 623-1025.
So, in the meantime, since it's Friday and since Jen has never seen any movies, it's time once again for... Because apparently before she came to KIX, she had never watched movies. She'd heard about them maybe, but hadn't seen any or very few.
Yeah, it was a true deficiency, but we've been slowly working to make it right. So every week you give me a movie to watch on Friday. I watch it over the weekend, and then I come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
Okay, so this one I've been putting off for a while because we've done a number of movies based on stories by this guy, but this is a true iconic movie. It's The Green Mile.
The Green Mile. Why is the mile green?
You're going to find out. It's a 1999 American fantasy drama film written and directed by Frank Darabont, but it was based on Stephen King's 1996 serial novel of the same name. So it stars Tom Hanks as a death row prison guard during the Great Depression, and he witnesses some supernatural events following the arrival of this enigmatic convict played by Michael Clark Duncan at his facility. So anytime we reference the Michael Clark Duncan cry,
oh, okay, that's what you're talking about.
you have
This
no
movie.
idea what that is about. Now
No.
you will be able to. So it was a huge success. It grossed $286 million from its $60 million budget, was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor for Duncan, Best Sound, and Best Adapted Screenplay. But I got to warn you, it's long.
Okay, how long are we talking?
It's like over 3.5 hours
Are
long.
you serious,
I mean, it's,
Randy?
It's Avatar long, okay?
That's a really long movie.
But it is worth the ride, I promise you.
Are you sure?
Even the book series was long because it's Stephen King, of course. It was first published in 6 paperback serial volumes.
So what is a serial volume anyway?
So he would release one each month, and he didn't finish the final ones until after he had already released, so it trapped him into the story. He didn't, kind of like the way that Game of Thrones guy writes.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one was subtitled The Two Dead Girls, and it was published in March of 96, and new volumes followed monthly until the final one, which was called Coffee on the Mile, was released in August of that year, and then it was republished as a single paperback the next year.
Okay, so Coffee on the Mile, is that the Green Mile?
Well, that was the final chapter in the whole story, The Green Mile.
Oh, okay, so it's all one big thing. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
with you now. I got it.
So you can stream this. We looked and looked for a free place to stream it and couldn't find one. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix or not, but you can stream it on Redbox or Vudu for about $4.
Okay, so that's not too bad. So
about
this
$1
weekend,
an hour.
This weekend I'm going to watch The Green Mile. I'll come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
With Jen's Movie Rehab.
On the 4 states number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Can't slap that.
Don't do that. It is worth it and sad. It's going to keep your attention. It's a good show. I love The Green Mile.
Great. And at first, you're going to think it's one kind of movie. Then you're going to think it's another kind of movie. And then at the end, you're going to realize it's a totally different kind of movie. You're going to be like, this is not where I saw this story going at all.
Is it really historical?
No.
Because
At
that
all.
was my first assumption. It's from the Great Depression. It's going to be really historical.
You think it's going to be, and then you think, oh, it's going to be one of these gritty prison movie things.
Right.
And then you're going to think it's about his man's love for his wife and all this other stuff. And then you're going to realize, oh, it's not about any of that at all.
Okay.
It's going to go woo way out there, and you're going to be like, holy crap, I didn't see this at all being about this. It's about magic.
Okay. I think we were talking about this one yesterday with the dead mouse or something like that. I think that's from this movie. Okay, I'm going to end this contest. Good morning, Sarah. Jen, you should hide behind the curtain. The curtain behind me. See, the thing about scaring Randy is you got to scare him from afar. Because if you scare him too up close, you might set off the ninja in him. And I don't really want to surprise a 5-time black belt. Come on, Randy, come back. Come on. We got to call the winner. Sarah, did you see the video that Megan made? But lay down in the fetal position. Okay, you ready? You ready? You ready? Yeah. Good morning, Rudy.
Rude tootie.
Pick a winner, pick a winner, pick a winner, pick a winner. Pick a. I think you should pick.
Is this Cindy, Sydney? Whoa, wait a minute. you need to ask. So we'll start the call. When she answers, you go, "Hi, is this Cindy, Sydney?" And I go, "Whoa, I'm going to interrupt you." And be like, "Whoa, wait a minute. You can only call one person at a time. Are we on a group call?" This could be funny. Or not.
Or not.
Why can't we do anything right? Why is this so... Why? Oh, why? We haven't even started the call, but
Randy's
I'm already preparing for the inevitability that is morning KIX. Okay.
Man.
She didn't answer, so we're going to have to go to the next one. Man, I wish we could find another one of those.
The one right above her has been trying all week to win. I know that for sure.
Oh, we're still recording, aren't we? Hello, who is this? Likely story. This doesn't sound like Alan Tosh.
We're looking for the Alan Tosh from Goodman.
Yeah, is this Alan Tosh?
This is Alan Tosh from Goodman.
Can you sound a little more like Alan Tosh? Try doing this. Put more Alan in your Tosh and then say it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close. You're getting there. Maybe a little more Tosh in your Alan. And now say, yes, this is Alan Tosh.
Yes, this is Alan Tosh.
Are you buying it, Jen? Does this sound like it?
I don't know if that's close enough.
See, when I say this is Randy
This is Jen.
from Morning Kicks, you believe us, right?
Yes, I do.
But that's not an indicator that you'll just fall for anything. It's just a sign of how lack of tosh there is in your Allenness.
Randy, we have punished this man
See, I know, he's
enough.
like, I don't know what to do with this, but okay. Alan, I'm sorry, but we feel the need to poke you with a stick because we are giving you Jeff Foxworthy Yakov Smirnoff tickets for tonight's show.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, thank you.
You were going to see
Okay.
him.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You're going to go see him tonight at the Black Oak Amphitheater.
Perfect.
Just tell us who's the 4 states number 1 for country, Alan.
KIX 102.5.
All right, ma'am, we got to get a little more information from you, so hold on just a second. I'm going to try to put this into something that's halfway cohesive. We've got time. Go ahead and get
Okay. All right, all I need is your street address.
962 Fiddlers Ridge Road.
Got to get all them fiddlers down off that ridge. That is creepy.
And then these tickets are going to come to you by email. So let me just double check that your email is right. It's bigal6092@gmail.com.
That's correct.
Be watching your spam folder because sometimes it gets sent to the spam folder. It's going to be coming from an email address called that is national@zrimarketing.com.
Okay.
And if you haven't gotten them by noon, give our clearance office a call, 624-1025, okay?
Okay, sure will.
Have
All right.
fun tonight, ma'am.
Enjoy the show.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Click. That came out of my mouth. Feel the need to poke you with a stick because we are giving you Jeff Foxworthy Yakov Smirnoff tickets for tonight's show.
Yes, yes, thank you.
You're going to go see him tonight at the Black Oak Amphitheater.
Perfect.
Just tell us who. Now, about this first part.
Do you want me to put a liner here?
This Alan Tosh.
This doesn't sound like Alan Tosh.
Tosh.
This doesn't sound like Alan Tosh.
It is.
We're looking for the Alan Tosh from Goodman.
Yeah, is this Alan Tosh?
This is Alan.
Tosh from Goodman.
This is Alan Tosh from Goodman.
Can you sound a little more like Alan Tosh? Try doing this. Try doing this. Put more Alan in your Tosh. Try doing this. Try doing this. Put more Alan in your Tosh and then say it. And then Alan in your Tosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close. You're getting there. Maybe a little more Tosh in your Alan. And maybe a little more Tosh in your Alan. And now say, yes, this is Alan. And now.
Yeah.
Freak.
Tosh in your Alan. Tosh in your Alan.
Yes. This.
Either too much or too little. A little more Tosh in your Alan.
Yes. This is Alan Tosh.
Needs more. Maybe a little more Tosh in your Alan.
Yes. This is Alan Tosh.
Are you buying it, Jen? Does this sound like it?
I don't know if that's close enough.
See, when I say this is Randy
This is Jen.
from. Do this. Say, and this is Jen.
This is Jen. And this is Jen. And this is
From Morning Kicks, Randy
and this is Jen.
from Morning Kicks.
do. Yes, I do.
But that's not an indicator that you'll just fall for anything. It's just a sign of how lack of thought there is in your Allenness. Allen, I'm sorry, but we feel the need to poke you with a stick. All right. For what it is, there it is.
It's great.
Yeah. Award-winning stuff. Dang it, Cindy. You would have just answered.
We had a really cool idea.
Well, okay. Maybe not really cool, but we had an idea.
We had an idea.
It was an idea.
Okay.
There were certain elements to it. We didn't know exactly where it was going to go, but I think we knew further where it would go than this whole Tosh 5.0? No,
That's all I can think of. Thought about too was Tosh.0. Morning, Romelda.
Tosh 0.1. It's at 11, right? I totally forgot about it, but that is something we need to be reminding you guys, KIX fam, that tomorrow Karen Goff is going to be here from Georgia up visiting, and we are going out to meet with her at 11 o'clock and collect all that money she owes us. So we're going to smack her around and get our bucks at 11 o'clock at Jimmy's Egg tomorrow.
4 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 751.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s, 68 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at 4 states' news and weather in just 9 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, what is the craziest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions?
623-1025, whether it was moving or not, whether it was good or not. We want
Right.
to know, what's the craziest thing you ever found in your couch cushions?
But we've been having you text the word tickets to 623-1025.
Because we have tickets to take you to see Jeff Foxworthy tonight at the Black Oak Amphitheater. Ought to be a good show, too, because Yakov Smirnoff's going to be opening for him.
And I think our system just picked a winner, right? You ready?
Let's go ahead and look. I got the number there. Hopefully they answer your phone. Because if not, we're going to go into our next winner. Okay, let's see. Dingy, ringy, dingy. Oh, there it's ringing. It's ringing. Jen, hey, Jen.
Hello,
Hello, who is this?
this is Alan Tosh.
This doesn't sound like Alan Tosh.
It is.
We're looking for the Alan Tosh from Goodman.
This is Alan Tosh from Goodman.
Can you sound a little more like Alan Tosh? Try doing this. Put more Alan in your Tosh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close. You're getting there. Maybe a little more Tosh in your Alan.
Yes, this is Alan Tosh.
Are you buying it, Jen? Does this sound like it?
I don't know if that's close enough.
See, when I say this is Randy
And this is Jen.
from Morning KIX, you believe us, right?
Yes, I do.
Alan, I'm sorry, but we feel the need to poke you with a stick because we are giving you Jeff Foxworthy, Yakov Smirnoff tickets for tonight's show.
Yes, thank you.
You're going to go see him tonight at the Black Oak Amphitheater.
Perfect.
Just tell us who's the 4 states #1 for country, Alan.
KIX 102.5.
Okay.
Woo, okay.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, Karen's going to be in visiting tomorrow, and we are going out to have brunch with her tomorrow morning at Jimmy's Egg at 11 o'clock for anybody that wants to come.
I know Dorinda was asking about it. Is she on?
I haven't seen her. In fact, where are all of you this morning? There's a lot of you that aren't here today. So I haven't heard from Karen, and of course she's been traveling,
Right.
but usually she's on Facebook Live when she's traveling a lot.
I know yesterday she's in Oklahoma. She's doing stuff with her family right now.
She asked me, and I never responded. What time you want to meet for lunch on the 8th? You responded to it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Hey, that's my cousin, Romelda says. That's cool.
Who is?
Romelda's cousin is Alan Tosh.
Oh,
Yeah, we had a great time, Romelda. Megan's already made a great video. I'm working on a video. Are you going to come tomorrow, Sarah? Yeah, we got Sarah and Kathy, Megan, Romelda this morning.
and their food. I love Jimmy's Egg. I just can never. They're not open when it's convenient for me to eat. I like to eat breakfast in the evening because that's when I get up. But they are like closed by like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which really sucks.
Yeah.
But their menu is so good. They do these skillet things that are just
Kyle loves those.
love them. Yes, it's really, really good.
Good.
Just everything all in one deal. I'm gonna have to look over the menu and start planning.
I'll give her a hug for you, Romelda.
And I usually eat about 8 or 9 o'clock on Saturday mornings and then go back to bed. So I'm not going to tomorrow so that I can be ready to go.
Sarah says, Randy buying? Laura's doing
They have a biscuits gone wild.
Woo! Calm down, biscuits.
2 buttermilk biscuits, crumbled sausage, ham, sausage, gravy, cheddar cheese, and 2 eggs. Wow. Eggs Benedict. Oh, they have a quiche, don't they? They have a chorizo breakfast tacos. There's their skillets. Their farmer skillet, which is home fries, ham, crumbled sausage, onions, bell peppers, topped with cheddar cheese. The country skillet. Oh, it's got seasoned hash browns, crumbled sausage, bacon, mushrooms, onion, buttermilk biscuit, sausage gravy. 1,340 calories. Very healthy.
1,400 and what?
1,340 calories.
Oh, my gosh.
They have a carnita queso skillet, a meat lover skillet, an almost healthy skillet. Funny thing is, it's just like 30 calories less than the farmer's skillet. So 710 calories. It's got seasoned home fries, fresh spinach, roasted red peppers, caramelized onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, turkey sausage, egg whites, jack cheese.
Jimmy says they have good toast.
Yes. Then they have their 3-egg omelets, craft your own omelet. They have the ultimate pancake combo, the berry Belgian waffle, buttermilk pancakes, the griddle combo. Then they have flavored pancakes. They have the confetti pancakes with whipped cream
My
and
kids
rainbow
love those.
sprinkles, chocolate chips, berry patch cinnamon roll pancakes. And then they have burgers. They've got a Monty burger that is really, really, really good. It's got, check this out, turkey ham, melted Swiss cheese between French toast powdered with sugar.
Oh, that sounds so good.
They've got other sandwiches that I've had, like their Punky Rooster. Is really, really good. It's on a brioche. They've got salads if you're into that, but why? They've got a keto bowl. I think I'll get that to bring home for Gina. Chopped steak skillets. Country fried steak. Do they have? No, they don't have.
Everything looks great.
They don't have quiche.
Ooh,
They
they're
got a little Jimmy's.
A little Jimmy.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to be eating there and having breakfast. It's either that or IHOP. And let's be honest, IHOP's a little questionable.
IHOP has got gluten-free pancakes, though.
I think Jimmy's may have a gluten-free option. There is also this First Watch place. I've never eaten there, but I've heard things about it.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh, hey, why didn't we do that?
Why didn't we do Cracker Barrel? I'd rather do Cracker Barrel than Jimmy's Egg. But that's
Well,
okay.
we let Karen pick.
We did?
Yeah.
I thought we picked. She asked us where to go, and we said Jimmy's Egg.
I thought
We picked.
we did. Now, Cracker Barrel probably won't have any gluten-free options.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got these grilled chicken things that are super
You may
good.
wait a while at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, but then you just go shopping.
Your wait may be longer, so I don't care. But I mean, either one's fine with me. I was kind of looking forward to the skillets, but I don't care.
No, Jimmy's Egg is fine.
What everybody decides, I will do, and I won't whine a lot about it, but I will somewhat. 'Cause
Just a little bit, because it's you.
I gotta keep consistent,
I just don't know.
Says my due date is an invalid date.
Your
How is
due
that?
date. What's the due date?
I put a due date on, and there's, of course, no way to edit it. So stupid. Why is it? It says invalid due date, July 14th. I put due by July the 14th.
Why is
Remote's not until the 29th. Why is it invalid?
that doesn't make any sense.
I hate this program so much.
Oh, Sarah says she's heard bad things about First Watch.
I've not heard anything about them. I don't know. What have you heard?
Morning, Sheila. Are you still in California?
Are there actually some more people on here now? Romelda said, I've gained 50 pounds just listening to you. You can stop now, Randy.
Melissa, is Melissa on now? For those of you just hopping on, Karen is going to be in Joplin tomorrow. We're going to go have brunch with her at 11 o'clock at Jimmy's Egg if y'all want to come.
She tries to swing through Joplin whenever she's out doing travels during the summer, at least every year or two. So it's a good chance to catch up with her and with each other. So we'd love to see you guys. Nope, she just got in at midnight, so she's here.
Ooh.
So you can come, Sheila.
Yeah. Come at brunch tomorrow, Sheila.
Romelda, are you coming?
Coming. I don't think so, because she told me to give Karen a hug.
Yeah, because of her health, right? I was worrying about that. What? Oh.
Their water was really dirty to start. Ew.
Well, that's Joplin
That's
water.
Joplin
What do you
water.
expect? By the way, the EPA just released a new report. They just got through doing a survey. They did over 700 community cities and small towns across America, which is not a lot, really. But they said out of those 700, all of them failed their required water cleanness test. All of them. So they are now escalating this. They're going to be doing a broader check across the board. But they anticipate, based on their findings, that 80 to 90% of Americans' tap water is at toxic level. And what do they call permanent contamination or permanent contaminants?
What does that mean?
The ones that stay with you, like lead, mercury, these never leave your system, and they affect you on a mental, cognizant level for the rest of your life. You don't recover from this. So you might have been this smart, but then you had that glass of water. Now you're this smart, and you're never going to go back to that smart ever again. Yeah, so you lose abilities and things through this. I know that Joplin's water is like this.
Yeah, you and I have talked about that before.
Let me see if I can find that EPA report. Tap water study detects PFAs, which are called forever chemicals, across the United States. Just came out yesterday, okay? This is the story. Well over half of the nation's tap water is estimated to have one or more types of the chemicals known as polyfluorinated alkali substances, or PFAs. These are forever chemicals. There are more than 12,000 types of PFAs, not all of which can be detected with the current tests. The U.S. Geological Survey that was done last month discovered this. This is the first time anyone's tested for and compared them in tap water from both private and government-regulated public water supplies. They all failed. So this is the stuff you drink. They were collected directly from people's sinks. If you don't have a water filtration system of some sort, let me tell you, I understand not everybody can afford the whole Culligan thing and everything. I get that. I'm blessed that I have it in my home. But before we even had that, we had a Brita pitcher. Get yourself a Brita pitcher. They're cheap, they're affordable, and
5
they
seconds.
work.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. More rain and storms likely tonight with lows in the mid-60s. We'll see rain through Saturday and through Sunday, but Monday, sunshine, highs in the low 90s.
KIX 102.5 Storm Tracker radar is showing some clouds over the 4 states.
70 in Neosho, 69 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
And we're wanting to know, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions?
You can call or text us at 623-1025 to let us know.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
Here's Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Ozzy.
Oh. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, that's good.
You know, he's the kind of person that would choke kittens. So,
but yeah, the Brita filter thing is, when we moved here, we immediately were like, whoa, this
go
water
get a Brita
does not taste
pitcher.
good.
What
That's
are they,
what we
like
did.
15, 20 bucks?
Yeah, they're not expensive at all.
And they last forever. And they do take a little while to fill, you know, but you can leave them in there overnight and boom, have instantly. And I'll tell you, most of these Brita pitchers come with this little pencil water tester. And it's the same one that the guys from Culligan uses. Same kind of water tester. And it detects hard minerals and things and contaminants in your water. And Brita, the little pitcher, will get rid of all of it. So this says that the EPA regulates public water supplies, although poorly, and homeowners are responsible for the maintenance, testing, and treatment of private water supplies, so like wells and things like that. Those interested in testing and treating private wells can contact their local or state officials for guidance. Testing is the only way to confirm the presence of the contaminants in wells. I will tell you, you're a lot, depending on where your house is, you're a lot less likely to have it from well water than you are from public water for some reason. Now, in this area, that may be a different story because of all the mining and all the trace mineral elements that are in just the ground in this area.
Right.
This ground is contaminated beyond all belief.
Morning, Becky.
Between the tornadoes and all the other stuff. So they have a map here. And it shows PFAs right across the border in Kansas City and Lawrence, Kansas, one of the highest contaminant levels in the United States.
Lawrence, Kansas?
On a level with New York City and Los Angeles.
What are they doing in Lawrence?
They just tested right there across in Kansas.
Wow.
Lenexa, those areas.
Uh-huh. That's not that far from
Circle.
Wamego in Manhattan, where I live.
Yeah, they did not test down in Joplin. They did in Springfield, and it had major contamination. Springfield was the only place in Missouri that they tested, and it had major contamination. 1 to 3 contaminants. That's not as bad as Lenexa, which had 7 to 9. 7 to 9 is the highest level. Most of Florida, all across Kansas. In fact, there were 4 or 5 different places. Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, all of those. Eastern Seaboard, everywhere in the United States, even Alaska and Hawaii.
Wow.
No, Hawaii didn't have any contaminants. Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands all did. I get that.
So we need Hawaiian water.
Well, we need a better process of filtering, and we need...
Oh, Romelda says they had their Ozark water, like the bottled water, tested, and she said that wasn't good either.
No, it's not. It's tap water. It's pretty much tap water. They make no guarantees on that bottle of water that you buy, the Ozark water. There are no guarantees of any kind of contaminant level or anything. It's just water in a bottle. Unless you're getting Aquafina or some that makes a claim to be filtered or of some, on some level, who knows what you're getting. And surprisingly, few bottled waters make any kind of filtration or contaminant claim.
Interesting. I was not aware of that.
It does not say filtered or processed bottled water. It just says water.
Okay. Danielle just said...
Yeah, I just
okay.
told her things.
Oh, today's also the last day to nominate for Best of the 4 states.
So we talk about the childhood cancer rate, leukemia rate, which is stupid high in the Midwest. I really believe it has a lot to do with this. I think cognitive ability, intelligence, processing ability, the amount of ADD that there is, the autism rates, which are also stupid high in the Midwest, I think are directly correlative to contaminants within our water systems.
Have they done any studies or made any
No,
correlations
and I have no
between that?
evidence to back that up. It's just my own personal belief. I know like when we moved here from South Central Missouri, which we had a well, but we lived way away from any kind of textiles or anything. We were in the middle of a national forest, okay? So pretty clean water. The only thing about it, it had lots of lime in it. Would, oh my gosh, ruin your appliances and everything. It would ruin the shower head. I clean the shower head once a week. It would harden over that quickly from all the lime. Doesn't hurt you. In fact, I had so much calcium in my bloodstream, that I didn't need to drink milk or anything. So you get heightened calcium rates from lime. So that's the only thing. I was constantly having to change out the water heater, washer, dryer, and that sort of thing. I do it too. But when we moved here within, I would say 6 to 9 months, I could tell thought processes. There was a mental slowing, not just me, but my entire family claims this, that you could feel. I used to be able to do so much more, so much quicker, multitasking, debate, and everything than I could after I moved here. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 811.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s at 72 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast in about 15 minutes.
But we're talking about the craziest thing you've ever found in your couch cushion.
What's the weirdest thing you ever found? You've got kids, so this is a normal thing, right?
Oh, yeah, you can find just about anything. And also dogs. Dogs like to bury things in your couch cushions.
So in our last couch, the one that we got rid of before the one we have now, the one that the kids got to sit on, we found, there were over 800 of those green and red Christmas M&Ms. Apparently, they were watching a movie or something while they were eating them out of the bag. And, apparently it was multiple bags, too, because we found enough to fill a whole bowl. None of us were brave enough to try to eat them again because who knows which Christmas they were from.
It was 1 for me, 2 for the couch, 2 for me, 4 for the couch.
Heck, dump the bag in there, Linda.
Call or text to let us know the craziest thing you've ever found in the couch cushions at 623-1025.
Here's Morgan Wallen.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. So, and then we've got these water treatment centers here who always are doing their image campaigns, their marketing campaigns. And bless their hearts, I just don't think they have the facilities or the means to keep up with it. But you can be rest assured that they are not getting all the harmful substances out of your water. They are meeting probably the EPA guidelines, but that is not enough. Mm-hmm. And the U.S. Geological surveyed this deal, and you can look it up and read more into it if you want to yourself. But I think this is probably one of the most harmful things that we have. They talk about air quality and global warming and blah, blah, blah. No, let me tell you, your water is what's going to kill you.
Morning, Dustin. The sound I bet that made was satisfying, followed by how the heck did those get in there? With the M&Ms in the couch, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, something had happened. We lost a cell phone down on the couch, so we had to flip it over. Well, there was a liner on the bottom of the couch, Mm-hmm. And so I actually had to pull that loose to be able to get in to get my cell phone. And when I did, like 1,000 of these come pouring out and made a pile on the floor. A pile! And I'm like, what the? I didn't even remember ever having bought them, which is even weirder. If, suddenly you find baked game sprouts in your refrigerator and you have never even eaten baked game sprouts, you would be a little alarmed, right? You'd be like, what the heck? How did this get in here? Is Uncle Steve living here again? So that was the kind of thing.
Our dog likes to bury things because we have a spot in that liner that's no longer connected. And so every couple of weeks, got to go and pull out a bunch of bones from there. Sippy cups always wind up in the couch somehow.
I don't think
the kids were little.
Temperature has anything to do with your water, Romelda, because what is damaging to you from your water is the amount of trace mineral elements. If you heat water, it does not increase those trace mineral elements, or if you chill it, it doesn't reduce it. So it has nothing to do with the temperature.
The reason you're not supposed to drink the water that's been left in a water bottle in a hot car is because the heat from the plastic will release those chemicals into the water.
Polypropylenes or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Or prophylactics.
It's not That's a totally different thing.
But you won't have no kids. I don't know. Like there was an awful lot of prophylactics around the first time we got pregnant with my oldest daughter. What? What? But wait a minute. Yeah, there is no money back guarantee on those.
What, 99% effective?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Welcome to the 1%.
So what are you doing this weekend?
I am beginning a process. So I've got a guy who's I've been making friends with for a while on a gradual process, lives in my neighborhood. He's an older guy. So he's in his 70s. He's a Vietnam vet, and I wouldn't tell his name on here because I know he wouldn't like that, but he's very cut off to him, lives to himself. You know, they don't have any kind of a social circle. It's him and his wife. His wife is very friendly. Him, not so much.
Is this who we met?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Jen's met him.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Vietnam vet. He was wounded, severely wounded after the Tet Offensive, and he also suffered from Agent Orange. So, as a result, he's physically unable to do a lot of stuff. So, I kind of help out and go over and mow their yard and do some, parts of their yard. Well, his wife is getting ready to have surgery on her knee, which is going to incapacitate both of them. They will have no way to take care of anything. So he and I have worked out an agreement. He came over and asked, would you be willing to help? And I was like, yeah. He goes, if you would, I would be willing to give you very rare Marine Corps collectible Beretta, and it's an officer's gun. So,
wow.
And I'm like, you don't have to do that. And he goes, no, I want to pay for that. So, in the process, we got to talking more about his experiences in Vietnam. And he's not one of these guys who shies away from talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do, but he doesn't. He says, I find it cathartic. So he's wanted to do his memoirs for years about all of his experiences through that and everything. And we came to the process of developing the idea that we are going to record his memoirs. So every Friday evening, we have set aside an hour or two to come in and do an interview process for these stories and put them together for his family. And we're going to put those up on Google Drive.
That's so cool.
So, and in the process, I got talking to him about honor flight. And I asked him, I said, you ever thought about doing that? And he goes, yeah, but I don't have the first clue. He said, I'd love to be able to see the wall, And I said, we're going to make it happen. So I got him, we're starting that this evening. And I got him the application for honor flight. I got him an application. So once he gets it filled out, I'm going to get it to some people and try to move him up in the process because, he's not the healthiest of guys. But anyway, we're going to do this for a while. And then in August, I'm going to start trying to take care of him and his wife a little bit. Just go get groceries for him,
right.
Mow their yard. He's got some brush needs burned, little stuff like that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But he's a fascinating guy. So I told him I'm not doing him a favor. I'm like, you don't know how obsessive I get over this history stuff. This will be awesome for me. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 818.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s, 72 in Joplin.
And we will give you a look at the weekend forecast in about 5 minutes, tell you about our chances of rain.
But we're talking about the craziest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever found? I know. I see the phone sitting over here on hold, and I know there's going to be... Let's just go ahead. What's the weirdest thing you ever found in your couch cushions?
An adult toy.
There it is.
Got it from an elderly
There it
lady.
is.
How did that get in your couch?
We bought it off of somebody. We were cleaning it out, vacuuming it. Yeah.
And I bet she was upset she got rid of that couch. So I knew this was going to happen.
I hope so.
You're like, one night watching TV, and you're like, wait, does this couch have a massage in it?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I was really confused. At first, I was like, what did you buy from the old lady? The couch, Jen. She bought the couch.
The couch. And inside the couch was a toy surprise.
That took me a second to catch up. I was like, what are you buying from the old lady there?
Here, hold my hand. We'll
Okay,
take this
thank
next
you. Pull out the
call.
whiteboard.
No, gross. What is that on your hand?
Okay, I'm sorry. I
What's
just wiped
the
it off.
weirdest thing you ever found in your couch cushions?
It's that guy that found the money.
What guy that found the money? Oh, wait a minute. Yes, okay. I'll go take his call first. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Well, it's not really like something weird, but I also bought a couch secondhand from a Goodwill store. And as we brought it home, we always clean our new furniture, so I was cleaning it, and I took off the middle couch cushion, and I found a paper bag shoved down in the back of the couch that had about $1,500 in it.
Did you keep it? Did you keep it? Did you keep it? Did you keep it?
No, I did not keep it. I went up to Goodwill, I found out who donated it, I had them contact it, and I returned the money to them.
You, sir, are one of the chosen chihuahuas.
What?
I'm not sure everybody would have given it back.
Yeah, well, if you would have had the same parents that I have and you would have kept that money, you would have got your butt whooped.
Because they would cut off a finger every time you did something wrong.
Right. And your parents? You still live with your parents? What? What? He is. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What is the weirdest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions?
Yeah, I pulled my sexual apart one time and found a skeleton of a mouse.
Wait a minute. How did you pull your sexual apart?
No. It's a sectional. And how'd you not smell the dead mouse?
And secondly, what's a sexual?
No, a sectional.
And then one time I lost my guinea pig and it got into the divan and we had to tear the divan apart and get it out. I live out in the country, obviously.
Answer my question, lady. What the heck? I want to know about this pulling the whole sexual apart. What? Well, however it works, I don't know. Who can figure that stuff out anyway? 623-1025 to text or tell us. It's the 4 states #1 for country. So, I've known some. I thought of that and I couldn't quit laughing.
Oh, you had my mic off?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Man. Yeah, I'm watching Green Mile this weekend.
You kept it, right?
I was donating the couch.
Yeah.
I was donating the couch.
Yeah.
The neighbor's brother who was having a hard time. The neighbor's brother who was having a hard time and backed his truck up to the house and he left.
That'll fix that. Oh, look, these are all 320.
Yay. Is my mic on? Okay, it should be fixed now, I think. Yeah, it's lit up. It should be fixed now. That's mic 3. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Why is your hand like inchworming up the board? Don't do that. Ew, what are you doing
Okay,
to the
so I have a buddy who's about as passionate about movies as I am, and he just saw the new Evil Dead movie.
I have not heard good things about it. What did he think?
He thought it was really good. He said
Really?
it was decent. He said it was better than the remake of Evil Dead. You've seen Evil Dead, though.
Yes.
Evil Dead 2.
I don't know what Evil Dead it was.
Evil Dead 1 is just a vague, it's very hard to tell what that story's about at all. But Evil Dead 2 is the swallow your soul in the hand fight.
Okay, yeah.
That's Evil Dead
Yes.
2. And Evil Ed. I used to have a giant 6-foot-tall square poster of Evil Ed with the white eyes, his face on my wall when I was a kid. Made my parents so glad to know me.
No. Too creepy. That is a creepy poster. Evil Dead Rise, Mommy Loves You to Death.
Yeah, that's this. And it's a separate story. So it's a totally different story. He said the only thing that he really had a problem with was the Necronomicon somehow was locked up in a bank vault. So with no explanation of how it got there or anything. So He said, but the movie itself, he goes, it's more of a creep factor movie than a gross out movie. So if you look up Evil Ed, I think, let me see.
I regret looking at these pictures. This is terrifying.
It's hard to find which one is Evil. There he is in Evil Dead. Yeah, this was the picture I had. Boy, it's got.
My foot's asleep again.
So the poster I had was like that. It was a close-up of this face right there. And it was like 6 foot tall. Because I could. Well, it was my room. Because he's evil Ed. See, there's layers of them going back. To me, it was the white-out eyes that always freaked me out the most about him. There you go. That's more like it. I think that's the picture, though, that I had. That's horrible. You know, Sam Raimi did this movie, you know. The first Spider-Man movies were by Sam Raimi. He's like one of the most famous filmmakers of all time. Special effects. His movies. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Oz the Great and Powerful, Drag Me to Hell, Spider-Man 3, all the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans for Sam Raimi. That gift, I didn't know that was his. But yeah, Army of Darkness, Quick and the Dead. He has more than this. It's murder! Murder! What is the gift? I can't remember the gift. Wait a minute. Is that the one that's based on the Richard? No. Kate Blanchett, who's involved in a murder case. Keanu Reeves is in this. I don't. Why don't I? It's 23 years old. Why don't I remember this movie? It's got Katie Holmes in it, Greg Kinnear, Hilary Swank,
Maybe
Giovanni
it just wasn't that
Ribisi.
good.
Well, it's got 4.5 stars.
Out of 5. What is going on with your voice?
I don't know. Puberty.
Going through puberty again, yeah.
It's available on Amazon Prime.
David says, I only like the Army of Darkness movie, but not Evil Dead. Morning, Will. Welcome back. Will's been on vacation. Where'd you go? Ooh, uh-oh. Don't do that.
Will's back from vacation. David C. says he only likes the Army of Darkness movie, which is a lot more fun. It's not so creepy. But Sam Raimi pioneered and made use of a lot of stop motion animation that he was known for being a genius at. You can still tell it's stop motion, though. There is no way to do stop motion without it looking like stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
Just no way to make it fluid enough. But his whole armies of those skeleton armies and everything are all stop motion animated. And the one where he fights with the skeleton, you know, and everything, that's all stop motion. The fight with the hand in Evil Dead 2 is stop motion.
Cool.
Mostly stop motion. But you've got to watch Evil Dead 2 like you would Army of Darkness for its special effects. It's got some gross out parts like Ash, and it's the pre-movie to Army of Darkness.
Right.
Cut off his hand because it becomes possessed by this evil spirit, and he ends up having a war with that hand, and then he attaches a chainsaw to it. It's just sheer stupidity. But it's like a horror movie, and they're like, halfway through it, they realize, guys, this isn't scary. Oh, well, let's just make it as goofy as possible then, and that's what they did.
Me.
Sam Raimi called the Evil Dead movies and the Army of Darkness movies his experiment movies. That's where he tested out new ideas and stuff that he had for effects, possibilities, and things.
Interesting.
So it's kind of his playground. Never intended really to be serious movies. You can now install Facebook on your computer. Why would you?
What? Why?
When you're on the page on Chrome, it has a download site. They have an app for Windows.
Why?
Why would you?
Are you going to get a Threads account?
No, not interested. And I think it's being really overhyped. I think you've got to look at the circumstances surrounding this. They've had 30 million subscribers in the first day alone. I got news for you. It's not going to get much above that because these are all captive audience subscribers. So what Meta did was they just sent a notification out to all of their Instagram users. And the Instagram users who are really frustrated with Instagram are like, man, why not? And all it took was hitting one button and boom, you have a Threads account. No big, long sign-up process. You didn't have to download anything different or anything like that. It was really easy, really simple, one step.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they got all these subscribers, just right off the bat. So guess how many outside subscribers out of that 30 million there were?
How many?
Less than 1/100%. The rest of them were all Instagram subscribers.
Wow.
So that's why you're like, oh, well. And already Meta has come under massive fire for making it impossible to leave Threads. Once you go through and look at it and try it out and you're like, I don't like this, and you want to leave it, you have to delete your Instagram account to get rid of the Threads.
Which nobody wants to do that.
Right.
Here we
So
go.
supposedly they're working on a workaround for that. But KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen
Here's Carrie Underwood with Church Bells.
on KIX 102.5. In the meantime, they get to go back to all their advertisers and investors and go, look, 30 million right off the bat. So
I don't think they send it out to everybody, though, because I'm on Instagram every day, and I did not get an alert.
really?
Yep. I wonder if they only send it to the people that have the most followers or something like that first.
They have 3 billion probably trying to get reach through users. That's even better than them sending you a notification. So they have 3 billion Instagram users. So this is, what, 10%? 3 million? Is that right? I don't know my maths. So anyway, it's a small percentage of, I think that's right, because it takes 100 million, 1,000 million to make a billion.
Okay.
So you have 100 million. So that would be, 3 million would be, no, that would be less than 10%.
Randy, I can't even do the math on the clock.
That would be
I'm going to be
1%. It's 1% of their users that signed up.
For 30 million?
Yeah, because 30 billion, they have 3 billion. Oh, it was 30 million.
Yeah.
Yes. So that would be 10%. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Math.
Math is hard.
I don't either. I have an Instagram account and I haven't been on it in ages. Math ain't nothing, but I can tell you what kind of fur's hanging up on the wall. That's right, I can. And do that.
I was impressed. Both of you nailed it. And I only knew what the skunk was because I had, the
Had
black, white
stripes.
stripe.
Had experience with most of those. The only one that threw me was the coyote, which is weird because I have skinned a couple of coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you go through the process of taking a knife and taking the skin off of the carcass, you kind of have an intimate knowledge with that fur. So, and you know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised they didn't have squirrel hide in there. That's the most common thing to skin,
Yeah.
I think, in this area. You know how to do it, don't you? So, first you take 4 nails and you drive into the top of the fence like this. So, wooden fence, you drive 4 nails on the top, and then you take a foot and put in between those 2 nails and in between those 2 nails, and it holds it in place. And then you take the tail to you, so it's belly away from you, and you cut on the tail right there, and then you cut a line down each leg, okay? Then you score around the feet with your knife, okay? So not too deep. You'll cut the foot off. Don't want to do that. Then you peel that skin back until you get that all peeled back. Then you cut around the tail, and you pull back that way. You can cut the tail off at this point, too. So
2 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, whatever.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. It's 72 in Joplin. Randy.
Hold on. I got to hit this.
What are you hitting? What are you doing?
The mo you know.
The mo you know.
So we're talking about skinning rabbits. Seriously, on our live video right now. Yeah, this is the kind of conversation you're missing out on if you're not on with us on live today.
Yeah, come hang out. We're live everywhere. We're on KIX1025.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook everywhere.
Twitter. Yeah. We are not on Threads.
We are not on Threads, no. And
so,
actually, did you see this? Apparently, not all skunks have stripes. Is that really a thing?
True. Civet cats don't, and they're very similar. Part of the skunk
that a skunk?
family. Yeah, kind of. You'll think it is when you get close to one. Yes,
but
you'll
you
be
called
like
it
this.
a civet cat.
Yes, that's what they call them.
But it's not a skunk.
Well, it is. It's
but
part
it
of
is
the
a skunk.
It's family, but without the stripes, they're often called civet cats. So we're talking about all this because yesterday, as part of Jen Tours, which is something we do about once a month or so to help Jen get acclimated to the 4 states, we take her to a different location. So yesterday, we went down to Shoal Creek with a number of the listeners and went down to the Audubon Center and walked all around the Wildcat Glades and that area down there. And she got to be exposed to some of the flora and fauna in the 4 states, including a deer that was like 10 feet away from us.
That was amazing. I can't believe how close we got.
So we've got some video from that she's putting together to make a reel for Facebook that you'll be able to watch later.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that.
In the meantime, though, today we're talking about the weirdest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions.
You can call or text to let us know, 623-1025.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions?
Prophylactic.
Wait, I've never heard of a prophylactic.
Oh, they're elastic, all right. How the heck did that get down in your couch cushions?
Apparently my son.
Oh, yeah. Well, aren't you proud he's being responsible?
Yes.
When mommy's away, the kitties will play.
A little snapback action going on there.
What is the craziest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions?
I was donating the couch to the neighbor's brother who was having a hard time and backed his truck up to the house and he loaded it and it was just about dark and he picked up a bungee strap out of the truck. It wasn't a bungee strap. It was a snake. It came out of the house. He threw it in my yard. I'm like, no, don't let it go.
Burn it.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That goes with the couch. Take it with you.
I don't know which is scarier, the snake or Jen's reaction to it.
What is the craziest thing you've ever found in your couch cushion?
I was at my ex-husband's house, and I kept smelling something, and it was over in his couch. I got to looking around, and it was a half-eaten sandwich in a baggie, all moldy and nasty.
Without a woman to look after him, he's hopeless, isn't he?
Yes.
You sure it wasn't your ex-husband that was stinking?
Possibly.
It could have been, yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you ever found in your couch cushions?
You can text to let us know, 623-1025.
It's the 4 states #1 per country.
KIX 102.5. Why did I think that was our last break of this hour? Okay, so skunks seriously don't all have stripes?
No. Civet cats.
What?
There's a number of animals in the skunk family that are part of that. And civet cat still stinks. They say it's not as bad as a skunk, but I still think it is. It still has scent glands.
I'm Googling. Skunk without...
Civet is spelled Civett.
Oh, this one's really cute. It's got a lot of white all over it.
Now, the civet cats in Africa don't look anything like a skunk.
Oh, look at this guy. He looks like a little ferret.
Called the eastern spotted skunk, also known as the civet cat, and can sometimes not have stripes.
Oh my gosh, the eastern spotted skunk is so cute. What on earth is this?
Sometimes they have stripes, sometimes they don't. But when they spray, they stand on their front legs and they throw their back legs straight up in the air like it's ridiculous the way they look.
Yeah.
And it makes this like weird looking creature. The other animals are like, hey, what's going on? And then suddenly it spits in their face and they're like, no more for me, thanks, I'm driving. Sometimes they have white on their bodies, sometimes they don't. And those are called civet cats. Eastern spotted skunk, civet cat. But there's civet cats around here. They're just very rare.
Oh my gosh.
And they all look like a mink.
They do. They're
Kind
so
of.
cute. I want one.
Skunks do too. They look like minks, on like a big mink. And so
Look at his face.
their fur's all very similar.
Oh my gosh.
My dad and his friends used to trap skunks, and they would skin them out. They would be so careful. He said they would take a big, long pole and pick up the trap with the skunk in it, and then they'd take it down, dunk it in the creek like 20 or 30 times to try to get rid of the smell. And then they would skin it, but it never failed. They'd come in the house, and his mom would be like, no, get out. And he said she'd make us take baths out in the yard and just bath after bath after bath. And they'd think, well, we got that all cleaned up. But then they'd go to school the next day, and they had, wood stoves in a lot of those schoolhouses that he went to, and they'd get hot and start sweating, and the teacher would be like, you need to go home.
Wow.
And the only thing they could do, they had to take a bath in tomato juice.
Tomato juice, yep.
And they'd have to take the clothes and bury them out in the yard. She'd make them bury them out in the yard for a week before they bring them in and wash them. The scent would all be gone then.
Interesting.
They always had to bury their clothes in the yard. I'm like, that's when you know you live in Missouri. When you bury your clothes out in the yard. A pet skunk named Miko. I don't know what it is. Drug-fueled addledness.
I think a pet skunk could be interesting. You can get a pet skunk that doesn't have its stink bag.
Yes, you do, Megan. You got really good skills if you can leave all those little toes intact when tanning. So I was watching the new season of Alone is out right now, and I was watching there in Saskatchewan up in the Arctic Circle in northern Canada. And this guy had trapped a mouse using a figure 4 snare, a deadfall. And he took the mouse and skinned it, and then he took and stretched the hide on a little circle using fishing line. And I thought, that's pretty impressive. You did a pretty good. He goes, I made a couple of hoes, but I won't do it next time. He was criticizing his skinning abilities, and I was like, that's pretty impressive because the hide on a mouse is pretty thin, and he did that field mouse, and then he ate it. He ate a mouse. He called it rat. I'm eating rat.
They watch Alone too.
Alone is a great, great show. It's the only wildlife survival show, and weirdly enough, it sucks during the first 2 or 3 episodes, but from then on, once they weed out all the wannabes, which I don't want to give away what happened on last night's episode. We were watching it live, but one of the guys that went home, he needed to go home. I was glad when he did.
Oh, you can stream it right there from the history website.
Yeah.
Cool.
He did a great job with that little field mouse, didn't he? I'm like, dude, the only thing I will say is he didn't put any to tan leather. You know what you use to tan leather?
Mm.
So you take the brain from the animal that you are tanning, and you mash that up into a paste. It's brain. There are tannins. So the word tanning comes from tannin, which is the chemical within the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you urinate in it. Okay, you take those two, and then you soak whatever leather or whatever you're doing in that. And then you stretch it out. First, before you do this, you have to scrape all of the fat off because the fat will rot and it will cause holes in your leather. But you scrape all the fat off of it on your stretch frame, and then you take it back down, you soak it in that urine brain mixture, and then you stretch it back out. And it stinks. But by about day 3 or 4, the stink will begin to leave, and all that's left is the chemical aroma, which is what you smell when you smell leather. And it begins to smell good. And then when you take it down, I think, what is the time? Like a week or a week and a half, you leave it up. Maybe it's 2 weeks. You leave it stretched on that, and you take it down. It's like velvet. Brain tanned leather is the softest, most supple, prettiest leather that there is.
I never would have guessed that that's how they did that.
I have tanned leather before.
Mm-hmm.
The one who tried to eat his belt. Yes, poor guy. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, he needed to go. He passed out. So once you get, hunger deprivation, food deprivation, your blood pressure drops, which means you don't get enough blood to your brain and can cause weakness, headaches. He passed out for almost an hour, and they're all filming. So this is, they drop these guys off. You don't know the show Alone? You've never watched it? Oh my gosh. The first and second season, I think, are the best. The third one was stupid. The fourth one wasn't much better. It seems like the fifth one was good again. What is this season? Is this like the 8th, 9th, or 10th season? I mean, it's been around forever. They take these 10 contestants and they drop them off at different areas within this certain area. They've been in Patagonia. They've been in Mongolia. They've been in Alaska. They've been in the Arctic Circle. Anywhere that it's harsh living conditions. British Columbia. I'm trying to think where else. But they drop them off there, and here's the game. You stay there until there's only one left.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. And they usually put them out towards the end of the summer, fall season, right before the winter season hits. There's been contestants that have been out there with 10 foot of snow on the ground. One guy killed a muskox with a spear. That was awesome. Another guy has killed a moose while they were out there. And they only allowed them 10 items. Isn't it 10 items? Like a tarp, fishing line, a hook, a fire starter, and they have to film themselves the whole time they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
So once the season is done, the creators, producers take all this footage and put it together in a cohesive way that you can watch. And the thing is, none of the others know how many of the others have left yet. They don't know any. There's no contact with anyone. Mm-hmm. Usually when they get to around day 30, they start doing health checks on them. So the longest is 100 days? And you think that's over 3 months that they were out there by themselves. And usually that's what kills them. That's what does them in, is not the survival aspect of it, although that oftentimes has been. But it's the mentality of being by themselves.
Yeah.
It begins to get to them. It's fascinating to watch, especially when there's only one guy left or one person left. Has a woman, 108 days or something. Yeah, I think so, Megan. Hasn't a woman won it, though? There has been a woman that won. I think once. But what's awesome to watch is the very last episode when it's just the one left. And they think that they're coming to do a health check because at that point, they're coming like once every few days or so to check on them because they're seriously emaciated. There's one guy, and the thing about him was he had caught like 150 fish and had smoked them and put them up, but he wouldn't eat them because he wanted to make them last. And he starved himself in the process, and they took him out because he was creating a health risk. Had all these racks and racks of fish and got kicked out of the game because he was too emaciated, and he looked like a Holocaust survivor. It was horrible. But that last episode, when the person thinks they're coming to do a health check, and while they're talking to him, one of their spouse or one of their loved ones sneaks up on them and surprises them and lets them know. Oh, my gosh, you'll be weeping. Yeah, one woman. I thought so, Megan. Yeah, it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
So I watch it religiously every year. That's one of my must-see shows. I just found out that Clarkson's Farm had been canceled on Amazon.
What?
Found out last night.
Why?
And it was over political stuff. Yeah, wait till I tell you. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. More to KIX with Randy and Jen, 849.
A chance of storms this afternoon with highs in the mid-80s, 72 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast, and we've got the morning KIX takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
So get on the KIX app and vote for the songs that you want us to play back for you.
And we'll get your weekend started off right. But in the meantime, we're talking about the weirdest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions.
You can call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
What's the weirdest thing you ever found in your couch cushions?
My husband and I found one of my son's leftovers, one of his poopies.
Ew.
Ew.
Yes, and it wasn't in a diaper either.
Oh.
Ew. Ew.
We were potty training him, and he just, you want to hide it from mom and dad.
Well, I mean, you do lift up the couch cushion. You can sit down there. It's kind of the same problem. I get
Close
it.
enough.
I mean, I see where he was coming from.
What is the weirdest thing that you've ever found in the couch cushions?
A bat.
How to bat? Wait, do you mean a baseball bat?
No,
Okay.
a flying bat.
How did that get in your couch?
I don't know, but I kept telling my husband for weeks that we either have ghosts or there's something flying, and when you go into the bathroom and stand at the sink in the mirror, you can see a shadow go by, and he thought I was nuts.
But it got in your couch.
It got in the couch and died.
You've got some serious holes in your couch.
I'd want to watch your television program.
What is the weirdest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions?
A pistol.
A what?
Yeah, it was an air pistol, like a pellet pistol, one of the CO2 ones.
But still.
But we found it, we got a couch secondhand and looked real.
Can you imagine the scenario that led up to it being in there? You know, Larry sits down to shoot Bill because he's had it up to here with him, and they get to watching the game on TV, and the next thing you know, he forgets all about it, and when he gets up, it just falls down on the chair cushions. Move on. Crisis averted.
Or Bill and
Or-
watching TV.
Okay, I would consider your or.
Or is, he just forgot it was in there at some
Or
point.
maybe he was hoping it would shoot him on its own.
Could you imagine just sitting on the couch and it goes off? That would be awful.
Ah, right in the butt.
What is the craziest thing you've ever found in your couch cushions?
Hi there, Morning Kicks.
It was one of our pet snakes.
One of your pets? No. Sorry. I hear pet and I think, oh, and then I hear snake and I think, oh.
Yeah, it got loose out of its cage, and we were looking all over for it. We flipped the couch and had to cut the bottom of it open, and there he was.
If you would kill that snake, they couldn't get away. That's
Yeah,
fact.
that's true.
That is a true thing, yes.
But he's a pet, Randy.
Yeah, but if you killed him, he wouldn't have to be. You could get a bunny or a gerbil or a dog. Hey, there you go.
He's living his best life with him, I'm sure.
I don't know. It sounds like a worse life to me.
What is the craziest thing that you've ever found in your couch cushions?
623-1025 to text us.
Morning Kicks Takeover now just 2 minutes away.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
Kicks 102.5.
Well, So, anyway, Clarkson's farm.
Yeah. Morning, Kinda. Good morning, Floyd.
So apparently he said something negative about Meghan Markle, and because all Brits do. All Brits hate them,
Right.
Prince Harry, right?
Yeah.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I'm going to make sure.
I'm sorry you're having a bad week, Floyd. We've missed you. We were wondering where you were.
Yep. Amazon Prime will part ways with Jeremy Clarkson after final commission shows go to air. The Grand Tour host sent an email apology to Harry and Meghan because of his comments.
What did he say?
I'm trying to find it. It was scheduled before the presenter's column about Meghan Markle. So he wrote a column about them, I guess, in a British tabloid, The Sun, back in December. It's still been on the cards despite the ensuing controversy. However, it was canceled hours after he posted a fresh apology on Instagram, and Variety reported that Prime Videos was set to part ways with him. A spokesman for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex issued a statement regarding the matter on Monday, said that he had written solely to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. The contents of his correspondence were marked private and confidential. While a new public apology has been issued today by Mr. Clarkson, what remains to be addressed is his long-standing pattern of writing articles that spread hate rhetoric, dangerous conspiracy theories, and misogyny. Unless each of his other pieces were also written in a hurry, as he states, it is clear that this is not an isolated incident. So, see if his comments. Oh, it will end with season 3, expected in 2024.
Man, that stinks.
And the Grand Tour will also come to an end late next year.
Wow.
Although the streamer didn't make any public comment when his vitriolic column made international headlines back in December. What was the
For what?
He said, I really am sorry. All the way from the balls of my feet to the follicles on my head, that is me putting my hands up. It's a mea culpa with bells on. The apology was for his December comments in which he suggested that Meghan Markle be made to parade naked through Britain while people throw lumps of excrement at her.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
See that? He said, usually I read what I've written to someone else before I file it. But I was home alone on that fateful day and in a hurry. So when I'd finished, I just pressed send. And when it appeared the next day, the mine exploded. He reveals that he emailed Markle and Prince Harry to apologize to them. Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how famous people always seem to have each other's contact information?
Yeah, is that not weird?
That is weird to me.
I emailed him. I gave him a call. I'm sure their agents help with that. Yep. Tell her we said no. No, it's fine. We'll come up and get her here in a minute. Yeah. So, anyway, it looks like that's going to be ending because of woke political correctness. And, I mean, this is who he is. He's a character. He says these things. Do we take him seriously? Is anybody likely to parade her naked and throw excrement at her in the streets? No.
Oh.
He has a right to not like her. He has a right to voice an opinion. And to me, that's an opinionated statement.
Right.
I say some pretty stupid stuff sometimes, but it's just, you take it through the Randy filter.
I mean, are the laws different over there in the UK, though, in terms of the royal family?
This is Amazon, which is an American company. They're just trying to be woke, politically correct. And, of course, they're Pacific Northwest company. So, of course, they are going to be hypersensitive to negative statements, misogyny. So, this really good show. I hope somebody else picks it up and just runs with it and beats to death. You would think the BBC would have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Amazon has had Grand Tour for like 5 years after its first season, and it's from that Clarkson's Farm came.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good show. And he's faced so much adversity from the community around there where he has his farm, from certain elements of the British public, and now from this with the media. I wouldn't be surprised if he says, screw all this and just hangs it up.
Really? I don't think so. I mean,
he's that kind of guy.
This is such a big part of who he is, though. Like, he's an entertainer. He's in the public eye. Like,
he wasn't originally, though. I mean, originally he was like a race car driver, and then he became a writer, a sports writer, and then he moved into the public eye with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and then on into this. What is the name of the British show that they had? I can't remember what it's, but it was a very serious motor trend type auto show that was popular. But before Grand Tour happened.
All right, we need to hop off.
Yep, that's going to do it for today. Not tomorrow. Monday, we're going to be talking about the dumbest thing you or someone you know has ever done while drunk or intoxicated. We ought to have some stories for this. My little brother one time took off all of his clothes and ran screaming out into the woods. Thought that would be hilarious. He got lost and couldn't find his way home for almost 30 hours.
Oh,
Butt naked. He said, I kept finding farmhouses that I didn't recognize. And so covered with tick bites and scratches, he shows up not the next morning, but the morning after that.
Oh,
we were
my God, that's
actually
awful.
Had reported him to the sheriff's department already, but he was 16, 17 years old and stupid by then. That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen. But there's been some pretty stupid ones. The lady who crashed into our frontal system in the one club that we were playing at, knocked it over into the keyboard player, giving him a concussion and smashing his keyboard in the middle of a show. She also threw up in one of the speaker cones.
That's a bad day.
So we'll be talking about that. We've got a new edition of Morning Kicks Extra. It's going to be launching later. And don't forget tomorrow, 11 o'clock at Jimmy's Egg on Rangeline Road in Joplin. We're going to be meeting Karen. Would love to see all of you guys, too.
That would be awesome.
So have a great weekend regardless.
Bye.